Na mtazamaji wetu muungwana mwenye utu na utulivu, sabal kheri na kusalimia. Natumai popote pale ulipo mzima buheri wa afya. Tunakukaribisha kwa mlahaka mwema na moyo mkunjufu kutoka Chuo Kikuu cha Sayansi na Teknolojia cha Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Hapa ni Bondo katika kaunti ya Kisumu, na hii leo tupo katika hafla ya kuhitimu kwa wanafunzi waliosomea taaluma mbalimbali kutoka shule hii. Kwa wale wajuzi wa Kiswahili watakuwa wanaifahamu kama mahafali. Leo ni sherehe hii ya kuhitimu ya awamu ya 9 tangu chuo hiki kikuu cha Jaramogi Oginga Odinga kuanzishwa hapa Kisumu, na tuna wanafunzi ambao wako hapa, wazazi, wawakilishi wa chuo hiki kikuu, na sherehe hii itaongozwa rasmi na Waziri wa Elimu Profesa George Magoha hapa leo. Akiwa hivi sasa tunasubiri ule msafara wa wale wasomi wajuzi watakaoongoza shughuli hii. Wakati wowote wakifika katika jukwaa, basi itakuwa sherehe inaanza rasmi moja kwa moja. Tutakuwa mubashara hapa KTN Home kwa takriban masaa matatu, ikiwa tutaongoza shughuli hizi za wanafunzi kupewa vyeti vyao katika shahada, stashahada, uzamili na uzamifu. Leo chuo hiki pia kinaadhimisha miaka 9 tangu kuanzishwa kwake, ikiwa tunazungumza wanafunzi watakuwa wanahitimu katika taaluma ama masomo tofauti, ikiwemo kilimo, sayansi, teknolojia, biashara, somo la ubunifu ule na teknolojia ya kisasa, pamoja na uhandisi, miongoni mwa masomo mengine ambayo wanafunzi hawa leo watakuwa wanasubiri kupokea vile vyeti vyao. Wanasema Waswahili ya kwamba itafute elimu popote pale ilipo, hata kwa umbali wa China. Na leo baada ya kujitahidi wanafunzi hawa wengine kwa miaka 4, hivi sasa watakuwa ni rasmi leo wanapokea shahada zao na wanahitimu kutoka chuo hiki kikuu cha Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Na hivi sasa basi nitakuwa nazungumza na baadhi ya wale wanafunzi ambao leo wanasubiri kuhitimu. Tusikie kutoka kwao hisia zao, na vile vile watuambie watakuwa wanahitimu katika taaluma gani. Kumbuka chuo hiki cha Jaramogi Oginga Odinga cha hapa Bondo Kisumu ndio wameorodheshwa katika nafasi ya kwanza kuzingatia usawa wa kijinsia miongoni mwa wanafunzi. Taratibu upande wa pili tukisubiri ule msafara, lakini kwanza ningetaka kufahamu kutoka kwa hawa wanafunzi wanaohitimu siku hii leo. Na rafiki yangu, hongera sana kwanza. Unaitwa nani?
Kwa majina naitwa Patrick Omondi. Mwanafunzi katika chuo kikuu cha Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Yes.
Na leo wewe unahitimu katika shahada, stashahada, ama ni uzamili?
Let me yes. I'm graduating in Masters of Business Administration today, strategic department. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unajisikiaje na safari imekuaje mpaka sasa?
Yeah, I'm really feeling relieved today. It's been a long journey since 2018, and it's a good moment for me and my family, because I started this thing, and today is a great day for me, and I'm finishing this thing today, and hopefully in the next coming months I'm starting my PhD in the same department school. That's MBA. No, that's PhD in business administration. Yes.
Uko hapa na familia yako?
No, they didn't come because initially we were told that only the graduates would come or would be admitted. But when we came, that we realized that everybody is coming. So I left them in Nairobi.
Hongera sana babangu. Usawa wa kijinsia, dada huyu pia wanasema urembo pia na akili nyingi na ujasiri. Habari yako?
Poa sana.
Unaitwa nani?
My name is Lydia Mwikali. I'm graduating with bachelor's degree in actuarial science. Yes.
Tuambie masomo yalikuwa vipi mpaka leo kufikia hapa ambapo sasa unasubiri kuhitimu?
I'll use English again. So the academic journey has been okay, tough and challenging sometimes, but we are grateful that we did it. Yes.
Ungemwambia nini yule mwanafunzi ambaye angetamani kuja kusomea hapa Jaramogi Oginga Odinga?
They are most welcome to this great university. It is a university where you can pursue your dreams and achieve them as well. So you just give it a try. You can do it here.
Sasa kazi na kusubiri ni kwenda kutafuta kazi ama ungependa kujiajiri?
No. I'm open to anything that comes on my way. If I get an employment somewhere, I'll do it. And I also have the mind of doing business sometimes later. So if I get the money, if I get the capital, yes.
Unajisikia furaha?
Yes, of course I am.
Boss, niambie na wewe tutazama kule. Unaitwa nani?
Naitwa Vincent Awiti.
Hongera sana Vincent, hebu tuambie na wewe taaluma gani leo utakuwa nayo?
I'm from the Faculty of Education. I'm graduating with bachelor's degree in Education Arts, specializing in History and Geography. Yeah.
Niambie leo unahisi nini kwa kutimu alafu safari inayokusubiri?
I'm overwhelmed with joy. I'm very happy and we thank God for this far he has brought us. Yes. Thank you.
Haya, naam, sasa tumesikia kauli baadhi ya wanafunzi ambao wana furaha na leo kwa kuwa itakuwa ni siku ya muhimu sana kwa kuhitimu kutoka kwa chuo hiki cha Jaramogi Oginga Odinga hapa Bondo, Kisumu. Nyuma yangu hivi sasa ni ule msafara wa wale viongozi wasomi ambao watakuwa ndio wako hapa kuja kuongoza shughuli hii na kutoa vile vyeti kwa wanafunzi ambao watakuwa wanahitimu. Tunaarifiwa ya kwamba ataongoza shughuli hii ni waziri wa elimu Profesa George Magoha, lakini kwa sasa tumpate naibu chancellor wa chuo hiki aweze kutupatia kauli yake na pia aongoze sherehe hii rasmi. Bwana Stephen G. Agong wa chuo hiki cha Jaramogi Oginga Odinga aanzishe kwa kauli yake, alafu sherehe nyingine ifuate. Itakuwa ni kipindi cha masaa matatu na tutakuwa live KTN Home. Mimi naitwa Ahmed Bahaj. Basi na sasa kazi ianze.
Good morning, fellow Kenyans. My name is Professor Stephen Agong, the Vice Chancellor Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Today we are celebrating our 9th graduation ceremony that is just on now, with our graduates assembled here physically and also quite a number joining us virtually in the virtual space. And today I want to take this earliest opportunity to wish our graduates the best of luck because of the hard work they have put into this, the studies that they have undertaken, and also that indeed they have been given the knowledge, the skills that they need to face not only the world economy, but also the knowledge economy out there. Today is a special day because as a university we are ushering into the world 46 PhD graduates who are joining the world economy in various fields. But more specifically, for the first time we are also ushering a cohort coming from our Center of Excellence, the African Center of Excellence for Food Security in this continent. And this is a program that we have been running for the last 5 years, and we are now seeing the fruits of this particular program. We want to encourage everyone to join us in celebrating our students and also to join us in our effort for research, innovation, and outreach activities that would make Kenya a better place. To our parents, guardians, supporters, stakeholders, we wish to encourage you to continue connecting with us through this celebration, which is virtually and is online. And we want
Odinga, University of Science and Technology. The academic procession is coming in fast, followed by the Chancellor's procession, led by the Miss Bearer, Professor Julius Manyala. After they come in, we shall have the national anthem, the East African Community Anthem, followed by the University Anthem. There comes the academic procession, followed by the Chancellor's procession. Chancellor's procession, led by the Mace Bearer, Professor Julius Manyala. As they come in, we should remain standing until after the anthems and the prayer. National anthem, the East African Community Anthem, and the University Anthem, after which we shall have invocation and prayers. National anthem, please. East African Community Anthem. The University Anthem. Let us remain standing as we have an invocation from Sheikh Rajab and a prayer from Father Collins Odiero of the Sacred Heart Chaplaincy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, University of Science and Technology. Sheikh Rajab, please.
Tuamini na tuombe. Bismillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin. Allahumma rabbana nas'aluka an taj'alna yusran fi hadha al-makan وتنزل بركاتك ورحمتك فيها يا قوي العزيز وترحمنا في كل حال وفي كل مكان وتهدينا إلى صراطك المستقيم فأنت الله لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك اللهم ربنا انصرنا في كل حال وفي كل مكان وثبت أقدامنا إلا قينا وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه وجعلنا من الذين يستمعون قولا فيتبعون احسنه وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu mwingi wa rehema mwenye kurehemu, shukrani zote unastahiki wewe, mwabudiwa wa nchi na mbingu. Hakuna mwingine isipokuwa ni wewe. Wewe tu ndiye tunakuabudu na wewe ndiye tunayetaka msaada wako. Tuongoze katika njia iliyonyooka, njia ya wale uliowaneemesha, wala sio njia ya wale uliowakasirikia wala waliopotea. Na rehema na amani zimfikie Mtume Muhammad, walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Father Collins Odiero.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Accept, O Lord, our thanks and praise for all that you've done for us. We thank you for the splendor of the whole creation, for the beauty of this world, and for the wonder of life. We thank you for the blessing of this family of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology Fraternity, here gathered today in person and virtually. We thank you for making us to be part of knowledge creation and application for the development of our economy and prosperity of our land. We thank you that in our limitations, disappointments, and moments of failure, you have remained a source of wisdom, strength, and resilience, and you have helped us to rise to success. Lord God, we pray for our graduates for blessings and guidance. You remind us in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, the plans to prosper you and not to harm you, the plans to give you hope and future." With us, ask, dear Lord, to be a lamp for their feet and a light to their path. Shine over them, fill them with your spirit, bless them with your favor and peace. May they sense the freshness of your spirit over their lives in amazing ways. May they be strengthened and instilled with hope. We ask for your wisdom and clear direction over their lives. We pray that you direct their steps so that your plan for them will prosper, that every place you have determined for them to walk will be paved clear. We ask you to open the door that needs to be opened and close every door that should be closed. We pray that you give them boldness and courage to face challenges set before them with confidence and peace that can come only from your spirit. Allow every gift and treasure you've placed inside their lives to grow, develop, and nourish, to bring you glory and make the star of this university continue shining. We ask you to bless the parents, brothers and sisters, benefactors, and all relatives of the graduates, that seeing the fruit of their sacrifice, they may have joy and gladness in their hearts. Now, O Lord our God, bless Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology Fraternity as we gather before your throne of glory today, that we continue to be a center of sound learning, new discovery, and in all pursuit of wisdom. Grant that those who teach and those who learn may find you to be a source of all truth and knowledge. Grant this through Christ our Lord. And may the Lord bless us, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you so much. Shall we allow the Chancellor to take his seat, together with his procession and the mace to be in its place? Shall the rest of us also take our seats? Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I now welcome the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, to invite the Vice Chancellor to cite the relevant statutes on the role of the Chancellor and the Chairman of Council, and constitute the Assembly as the 9th Assembly of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Deputy Vice Chancellor, please.
Mr. Chancellor, sir. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in accordance with Section 10 of the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology Charter 2013 and the Statutes 2013, I call upon the Vice Chancellor to declare this Assembly as the 9th Congregation of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology.
Acting on powers conferred upon me in accordance with the University Act 2012, the University Amendment Act 2016, Section 10 of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology Charter 2013, and the Statutes 47 and 50 of 2013, it is now my duty to declare this Assembly as the 9th Congregation of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Mr. Chancellor, sir, Allow me to make this pronouncement. Pursuant to the provisions of Section 38(5) of the University Act 42 of 2012, which states that the function of the Chancellor under the subsection of 3 may in the absence or incapacity of the Chancellor be performed by the Chairman of the Council for a period not exceeding 3 months. Consequently, the University Council, at its sitting on the 21st of April 2022, adopted the provision of this act, and thus the acting chairman of Jaramogi University of Science and Technology, Dr. Jonah Kangogo, will proceed and preside over the 9th graduation ceremony as the presiding chancellor of our university. Thank you.
Chancellor wa chuo hiki, naibu chancellor wa chuo hiki na makamu wake, nazingatia itifaki zote. Tumefikia awamu ya pili sasa ya matumbuizo. Tutatumbuizwa na kwaya ya chuo hiki ikiongozwa na Daktari Maua, na watatupatia wimbo mmoja tu kwa sababu ya wakati. Wimbo mmoja tu. Wanaongozwa na Daktari Maua, wanakwaya.
Leo ni furaha, leo ni shangwe, pongezi kwenu nyote mnahitimu. Leo ni furaha, leo ni shangwe tele, pongezi kwenu nyote mnahitimu. Ni furaha tele, sote tunashangilia. Ni furaha tele, pongezi kwenu. Ni furaha tele, sote tunashangilia. Ni furaha tele, pongezi kwenu. Wazalendo wote, watu wetu, kwa juhudi zenu sote tumesonga mbele. Wazalendo wote, watu wetu kweli, kwa juhudi zenu sote tumesonga mbele. Ni furaha tele, sote tunashangilia. Ni furaha tele, pongezi kwenu. Ni furaha tele, sote tunashangilia. Ni furaha tele, pongezi kwenu. Viongozi wote, watu wetu, kwa malengo yenu chuo kimeimarika. Viongozi wote, watu wetu bora, kwa malengo yenu chuo kimeimarika. Ni furaha tele, tunashangilia. Ni furaha tele, pongezi kwenu. Ni furaha tele, sote tunashangilia. Ni furaha tele, pongezi kwenu. Na Mwenyezi Mungu tumshukuru, kwa neema zake Baba tumefaulu. Na Mwenyezi Mungu tumshukuru leo, kwa neema zake Baba tumefaulu. Tunashangilia. Ni furaha tele, pongezi kwenu. Ni furaha tele, sote tunashangilia. Ni furaha tele, pongezi kwenu. Hongera Jaramogi chuo chetu, tunasonga mbele, tunaimarika kweli, tunaendelea kweli. Heko Jaramogi chuo chetu, tunajivunia, tunafurahia sote chuo chetu bora. Hongera
tuwapigie makofi jamani. Tunasonga mbele, tunaimarika bila shaka, hapa ndipo. Asanteni wanangu. Bendi ya chuo hiki kiongozwa na Profesa Ongati. Tutawapa labda tupatie nyimbo mbili. Si basi. Profesa. Sure. Sure.
Yesu we nakupenda, Bwana Yesu we nakupenda, Yesu we nakupenda, Bwana Yesu we nakupenda, kama vile wewe ulivyonipenda kwanza nakupenda, kisha tena ukautoa uhai wako nakupenda, kama vile wewe ulivyonipenda kwanza nakupenda, kisha tena ukautoa uhai wako nakupenda. Yesu, Yesu, Yesu we nakupenda, Bwana Yesu we nakupenda, Yesu we nakupenda, Bwana Yesu we nakupenda, kama vile wewe ulivyonipenda kwanza nakupenda, kisha tena ukautoa uhai wako nakupenda, kama vile wewe ulivyonipenda kwanza nakupenda, kisha tena ukautoa uhai wako nakupenda. Yesu, Yesu, msalabani dhambi zangu ulichukua, kufika Kalivari Bwana ulizitua, nami nimewekwa huru ninakuimbia, nikufananishe na nani Mwokozi wangu we, nani asimame badala yako, nikufananishe na nani Mwokozi wangu we, nani asimame badala yako, fahamu Yesu wanipenda mimi, Yesu we nakupenda, Bwana Yesu mama,
Yesu we nakupenda, Bwana Yesu we nakupenda,
kama vile wewe ulivyonipenda kwanza nakupenda, kisha tena ukautoa uhai wako nakupenda, kama vile wewe ulivyonipenda kwanza nakupenda, kisha tena ukautoa uhai wako nakupenda. Yesu, Yesu, nilipokuwa kwa shetani niliungua, ndugu jamaa na marafiki walinikimbia, lakini Yesu wa huruma ukanihurumia, nikufananishe na nani Mwokozi wangu we, nani asimame badala yako, nikufananishe na nani Mwokozi wangu we, nani asimame badala yako, fahamu Yesu wanipenda mimi, Yesu we nakupenda, Bwana Yesu we nakupenda, Yesu we nakupenda, Bwana Yesu we nakupenda, Yesu, Yesu.
Toleka.
Asante sana. Sukalilitama na yembaki suka sekotinga mae yanga ina mobali nanga pantalomo kaba mama tobalana tosuki sambilombelo loya bato likwela yanga ina sheri sukalilitama. Tinga mae yanga ina mobali nanga pantalomo kaba mama tobalana tosuki sambilombelo ya bato likwela yanga ina sheri sukalilitama. Bikombo yambandate oyanga inda yao libalango ya bombandate ae onga inda yao na bikombo yambandate oyanga inda yao libalango ya bombandate ae. Libala yangai na mobali nangai mama tapiko dalo poko loko na piko batongo ngai mama batikala na sonyo bakana ngai mama batikala likombe onga inda yao na bikombo yambandate oyanga inda yao libalango ya bombandate ae libala oyo ekenge kosango mama bajuni bariate nouvelle yangai mama batikate balemete kamatongo batikate balemete kabafinga ngai ongai da yao na bikombo yambandate oyangai da yao libalango ya bombandate ae
bibalango ya mbombandate
Makofi, tuwapigie makofi. Asanteni sana wanangu. Haya, sasa nataka kuwaita, kuna wanafunzi wawili, kwa sasa si wanafunzi, wamehitimu. Nitawaita wahitimu wawili. Wa kwanza atakuwa Lois Achieng. Lois Achieng uko wapi? Lois Achieng, nitawapa dakika 2 kila mmoja wao, labda watuambie safari yao ya uzamifu. Ile tunaita PhD journey. Karibu Lois.
A very good morning to everyone. In my studies, I had one major turning point that has enabled me to be here today. And that was when 4 years back, I got invited for a seminar that was organized by the School of CIS. And in the seminar, 2 speakers struck my mind. And the first speaker was Professor Anthony, and he said, as you do your research, make sure that you're very passionate about what you're doing and enjoy it. And I say to myself, if I could enjoy research, then I was certainly going to do it. And the next speaker that struck my mind was Professor Solomon Ogara. And he said, I know you have very many things you have to do, but I want you to spare 30 minutes every day. That's all you need to finish your PhD. And 30 minutes daily for something that I was passionate about has enabled me to be here today. We would like, on behalf of all the female scholars that are graduating with their PhDs today, to thank the schools from which we hailed. We want to thank all the supervisors that walked with us this journey, because you have helped us to make it here today. We'd like to thank in a very special way the Board of Postgraduate Studies, and this institution has had also a great hand to see us to be here today. And last but not least, we'd like to thank God and the entire Joost fraternity. We'd like to encourage everyone, if you need to have something solid in your academic work, in your career, look no further than Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Thank you.
Asante Lois. Elekia Oma. Elekia.
To the guest of honor and all protocol observed, may I have this opportunity to share with you my experience in this university as I was taking my PhD studies. Immediately, I had written my proposals and the first draft of my thesis. My supervisor passed on. And to me, that I thought was the end of the road. But the university management was quick to rectify the situation, and I proceeded further and I submitted. Even after submission, I saw my colleagues defending. I could not see my report. I thought, could I have failed from the hands of the external supervisor, well, external examiner, sorry. Then I was to be told that I had lost even my external examiner. This was a challenge to me, because if I was in another university, I believe I could not have put on the brown gown, the green gown that I'm putting on today. And to that, I thank the university management so much. What lesson does this has to my fellow graduates who are taking PhD? Life has ups and downs. And in any activity that you do, there are always challenges. I believe where you are seated, you had challenges, but you had not just had an opportunity to come and stand before everybody here to express what you had. And therefore, prepare for challenges ahead of you. The master's graduates that are here, the representative of the undergraduate students that are here, and those who are watching me online, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University is the university to be. This is when a place where you take your program, You will finish on time, but note that challenges has to be there. Observe and register that challenges or having a challenge is not a failure. If you have that, at the end of that, all, you will reach your Canaan. And today, I believe all graduates here have reached their Canaan. The Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University, we owe a lot of gratitude to you for the good work that you have bestowed on us to have made our day a success. May God bless Kenya. Bless Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, and thank you for listening.
Let's appreciate him, please. Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I now invite the Vice Chancellor to invite the valedictorian to make valedictory remarks, to invite the alumni chairman to make his speech, and the Vice Chancellor will then proceed with the program as scheduled. Vice Chancellor, please.
Chancellor, sir, today we are blessed to have one of our best students in the undergraduate class, the valedictorian of the year, by name Musa Lydia, who has been undertaking a BSc, Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Sciences. Allow me, sir, to call upon Musa Lydia to come and make a 3-minute remark on behalf of the undergraduate students.
The presiding Chancellor, Dr. Jonah Kagogo, the Chief Guest, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Agong, distinguished guests, staff, parents, and fellow graduates, good morning. It is with great honor and humility that I accept the Valedictory Award of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. It is such a great privilege to be addressing the 9th graduation ceremony today on behalf of the class of 2021. This crucial and triumphant day crowns the zenith of the preceding academic years wrought with self-sacrifice, utmost dedication, and camaraderie. These awards and accomplishments accentuate all of our resilience, perseverance, and commitment to excellence in this great university. 5 years ago, when I joined this university, I had the zeal to see this great day just like all of us. I had the ambitions to make my parents and siblings proud of me. I recall my first day at the university when the university officials told our parents and guardians that they should not walk us through the admission process since we were big people. I therefore realized that I had a task to be the big person that I was referred to. We sat at the hospitality grounds to be guided about a university which we all had no idea of. I remember promising myself to work hard and get good grades, but I could not help but think about the stereotype of actuarial science being the most challenging course at the university. In my head, I quietly knew I'd break the stereotype. I spent most of my campus days studying and getting my head around some actuarial concepts. Today, this great success story is dedicated to my mother, Mrs. Sophia Mbide, for being my greatest cheerleader. She always encouraged me and supported me all the steps of the way. I am proud to say that if it wasn't for her, I would not have been here today. To my siblings, you believed in me. You always knew I'd make you so proud even when I never believed it. You have been my greatest support system. To my twin brother, Bernard Mbada, you always knew I'd call for lunch and always made a provision for me. You always made me feel like the big sister even when you knew we were twins. Knowing that we were always together at the university made my times a lot easier. Honestly, I'll miss you. To my campus best friends, Tony Gatito and Azana Matano, I am so grateful that we made it this far. We never got tired of trying, even in the hardest situations. I am confident to stand here today and say we made it together. To the rest of my classmates, it would never have been easier without you all. Congratulations. To my lecturers, despite taking us through the academic journey, you constantly inspired us to be better people in our society, and for that we will forever remain indebted to you. In conclusion, my fellow graduates, we are all destined for greatness. Each one of us has the potential to make a substantial contribution to the world. We all have learned that if we think we can or we can't, we are right. Let us go into the world and do well, but most importantly, let us go and do good. Have no fear of failure, but of the consequences of not trying. And in the face of the future, let's choose to be hopeful. Congratulations, Joost, class of 2021, and God bless.
Thank you so much. Our best student, Lydia Musa Muikali, for that encouraging remark. Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me at this point to invite our alumni president, Mr. Noah Okidia, to come and address the graduates.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, the chief guest, the chairman of the University Council, the vice chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by introducing my executive team who are just behind here. I will ask them to stand and wave. Thank you. It's a big team that includes Lois and Elekia and Musa, who's just joining us. On behalf of the largest community of this gathering, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology Alumni Association, I am humbled and grateful to be part of this auspicious occasion. We have come together to celebrate the outcome of many years of intellectual labor by our students, staff, parents, guardians, and other stakeholders, culminating into the conferment of degrees and award of diplomas and certificates to our potential alumni today. I salute you for a job well done. As the chairman of this association, I'm proud that today we are graduating a class that is stepping out to join an alumni community of over 10,000 students, 10,000 graduates, that is, of this distinguished institution of higher learning, research, and innovation. As you step out of the university life, I wish to remind you to conduct yourself with dignity, determination, and decorum that others can emulate. As you may be aware, values are caught, they are not taught. We promise to be in touch and engage you physically and virtually to enable you to participate in the activities of your alma mater. I have no doubt in my mind that you'll be part of these great ambassadors and flag bearers of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. I wish to thank most sincerely the university administration up to this level, and special thanks goes to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Agong, for his unwavering support during the startup turbulence of our association. Even though we have not risen to the level of our goals, we have actually fallen to the level of our systems. We appreciate the establishment of the Alumni and Administrative Secretariat, the development and hosting of the Alumni Web Portal, the provision of office space, and facilitation of many other alumni activities, including but not limited to the formal registration of the association with the Registrar of Society in line with the Societies Act of 2012. We promise to remain an active forum for our graduates to engage, network, and give feedback to our alma mater. We have metamorphosized from just setting goals for one-time success to establishing systems for sustainable success. As James Clear would put it in his book, The Atomic Habits, and I quote, "If you want to succeed once, set goals. If you want to succeed always, establish systems," end of quote. To our graduates, may God grant you wisdom above standards to use the knowledge, skills, and attitudes that you've acquired to make yourself better and impact lives of many others positively. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in our endeavor to fulfill our mandate of service to our alma mater, the association is pleased and proud as our norm to award the first incoming alumnus for this cohort, the 2021 Valedictorian, a gift in form of a book entitled Smarter, Faster, Better, The Secrets of Being Productive. With your permission, Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I request that I now hand over the gift to the Valedictorian, one Musa Lydia Mwikali, as you join me in congratulating her for this achievement. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much, our alumni president, Mr. Noah Kidia, for those very important words of encouragement to our graduating class. Our chief guest for today, the representative of Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Mr. Frederick Dambuki, our presiding Chancellor, Dr. Jonah Kangogo, our presiding Chairman of Council, Madam Joyce Karinge, the chairpersons of other university councils present in this our graduation, both physically here and online, members of the University Council, colleagues, vice chancellors of other sister universities following us online or virtually here, members of the University Management Board, Senate, and the student fraternity, as well as our staff, parents, graduates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chancellor, sir, today marks what I would call generational turn of events. About 10 years ago, Chancellor, sir, on this very ground, I was inaugurated as the first Vice Chancellor of this university. And I'm happy that God has been holding my hand to this date. And as we preside over this graduation ceremony, Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is my overwhelming happiness and almost like a thanksgiving to God that we are having these graduates. For the second time running, we are holding this blended graduation ceremony. It would have been desirable, Chancellor, sir, that all our graduates should have been seated here with us. But of course, we also thank the transformational arena in terms of digital economy and space that allows universities and even us today to have what we call a blended graduation ceremony. Majority of our graduates are not seated with us here today, but they will receive God's blessing upon them as well as those of us who are here. Allow me, Mr. Chancellor, sir, to take this earliest opportunity to welcome all our graduates, distinguished guests, and all our stakeholders who are following us from any part of the world today. A warm welcome to all of you, distinguished guests, parents, graduates, sponsors, for participating in this our event, the 9th graduation ceremony of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Let me congratulate our graduates for not only demonstrating critically good commitment to their studies and hard work displayed by the fact that they are successful, and we are able to present them before the Chancellor today to great findings.
They make me happy when skies are gray. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Unajua ni familia when sweet surprises turn a frown into a smile. Unajua ni familia. When you face a challenge, you're not alone. Unajua ni familia. When for every single fall, there's always someone to fall back on. Ilara, part of every familia. Vile tunaipenda.
It's going to be a county governor of Kisii County. So we take this opportunity. He's been successfully nominated, and we congratulate him for that nomination. And we want to imagine that on the onset, God is upon him to be the first governor of Jooust Alumni fraternity. And Mr. Okiria, now you can mark on that. And as part of our philanthropic activity to support needy students and our research as well as outreach activities, we shall flag and tag along on these leaders. Dear graduates, every one of you gathered here today, both virtually and physically, have done us so proud for your sustained hard work that you displayed in your various academic endeavor. You have needed courage to face the challenges in your learning process. It was not an event, it was a process. And this process involved acquisition of new knowledge, skills, and more importantly, culminating into wisdom. For our PD graduates, we want to believe that as you go into the world with the newly acquired knowledge and the wisdom that you have gathered, you display what I would call prowess in terms of leadership out there in your various academic fields. You needed to develop certain qualities of character and of mind to achieve what you're achieving today. These qualities include, but are not limited to, empathy, rigor, resilience, and the capacity to think independently. One of our great writers, one of the writers, for those who read books beyond just secular books, by a lady called Ellen G. White. Ellen G. White says that education is the best that a parent or an educator or a teacher can give to a student. And when they have gathered that knowledge and wisdom, they can be involved, Mr. Chancellor, sir, in what we call constructive and deliberative legislative discourse in life, not only for their scholarly achievement, but also for their family growth and career development. Occasionally, it might have been necessary to listen politely to your supervisors or even your lecturers. Occasionally, it might have been necessary to disagree, and sometimes without being disagreeable. Occasionally, it was tough for you, but I can promise you that you have begun a journey that will never foresee you go back where you have come from, unless you choose to. At some point, when I was done with my PhD in 1994-95 academic year, I thought I was done. I thought I was done, colleagues. But I learned that the journey had just started. I had to go for postdoc, both in Japan and Germany, just to give me further insight in terms of the scientific world. At some point, I had to disagree with fellow scholars, even in this continent, on scientific issues when it came to interpretation of even the origin of man and origin of life. From a religious point of view, I believe God is the creator of everything, but when I could not be explained the origin of atom, then we disagreed heavily. So sometimes you disagree, but disagree amicably for the future. One great joy of working and studying at a university like this, especially Jooust, where our scholars, our faculty, our staff remain part and parcel of a mentoring scheme for our students. And Mr. Chancellor, sir, and even our chief guest you have seen today, you can come from any part of this country and excel in this university. If there's any example, Lydia Mwikali is one example. She came all the way outside this province and she has excelled today. That is a mark of what we call trust, confidence in our system. And that also gives indication that when it comes to merit, it is purely merit. As you graduate now, you have the opportunity to do your part, to help create and even improve on the future for yourselves and even for your respective families. Dear friends, these our graduates who are graduating today require our unresolved support. I know the economy is struggling, but with innovation and a bit of self-motivation, even if we did not motivate you enough during your time here, but a bit of self-motivation, you can actually excel and do better for this country and even for yourself and for your families. The future is bright, I can foresee, because we continue to enjoy peace in this country. The peace, the peace that we enjoy even globally is important. Despite some wars, like the one we are seeing in Europe, I am sure that you are the answer. Some of you have got the answer to some of these global disputes. For PhD, you are not limited even to just localization in terms of ideas. You can even write a book on what is going there and give a solution or even a suggestion to that conflict. Mr. Chancellor, sir, and our chief guest, allow me to thank our government through our Ministry of Education, in particular the State Department of University Education and Research, for continuously extending a hand of support to our students, our staff, our council, and even our operations. This support have extended and struggled through technical support and financial from the exchequer, financial support from the exchequer. We celebrate this 9th graduation, and our resolve remains steadfast and unwavering. As university management, we are quite thrilled with the progress registered so far in our key strategic areas as set out in the University Strategic Plan 2021-2026. We have made significant strides, and our commitment to making this a university with a difference is the absolute and ultimate focus. The university management has remained a strong team under the guidance and direction of our council that is well carefully resourced with the expertise required for running a council. It is worthwhile noting that in our strategic plan, we have aligned our strategic goals and objectives to the national development priorities premised on the government economic blueprint, Vision 2030, among other policy framework, namely the East African Community Vision 2050, African Union Agenda 2063, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In our pursuit to make this university attractive, research and outreach, as well as innovation, have been critical in our agenda, especially with focus of making this university a center of excellence in food security, natural resource, universal health, and lacustrine economy. Through this focus, we have attracted a few support from the donor community. Currently, we are running a center of excellence, the Food Security Center of Excellence, with the World Bank support under the African Center of Excellence for Sustainable Use of Insects for food, as food and feeds. We are running a program strengthening of natural resources, food security, and health with the support of Belgium government. And we are also running a big project on technical support for health services in 4 countries, namely Kisumu County, Kakamega County, Vihiga, and Nyamira County under the USAID support. The university has embraced and continues to do so transformation in higher education to respond to the changing and overwhelming environmental challenges. And for this, Mr. Chancellor, sir, we are also keen on the climate change as it affects the environment and our ecosystem at large. But this devastating effect on climate change cannot be addressed unless we offer certain suggestions on how to deal with it. And as a University of Science and Technology, we are exactly doing that, for which we have even established what we call Global P Institute, based at our Miande campus, where we are also currently establishing our research hub. The research hub facility, Mr. Chancellor, sir, and our chief guest, is due for commissioning anytime next month. Our core values have been strengthened, and we have also seen that service delivery with a clear on call for internal and external service providers would be important in terms of our responsiveness. The management, with the support from the University Council, will continue to contribute and also maintain an environment of shared trust, motivation, equality, where all relevant stakeholders will become fully involved in the achievement of these strategic goals. Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me to indicate that as a University of Science and Technology, we are also very alert on the quality of education that we are offering in this particular university. And our interest is also to interface with the industry for the good of our graduates and also our students who are still on course. We have also aligned most of our activities, Mr. Chancellor, sir, and our chief guest, our programs, academic programs, and research as well as outreach agenda to the Big Four agenda as known. Mr. Chancellor, sir, today as we see this class graduating, allow me to indicate this, that as we usher them out into the global economy, they are not only going there as graduates, but they are also going there carrying the flag of this great university. And I want to say this. For me today, you look like the salt, the academic salt, the knowledge salt, the wisdom salt that is going to salt the scholarly world out there, the industry out there, the economy out there. And I'm sure you have learned some very serious attributes and even virtues from this university. May God give you the capacity to carry on with these virtues so that this academic salt, the knowledge salt, the wisdom salt that you have gathered from this institution will forever not lose its favor and flavor, will forever carry you to the next step in terms of your development. Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me also to say that we shall continue as a university not only to partner with these our graduates who are being ushered today into the world there, but also to assist our current students also to meet the academic goals and aspirations. The university has continued to network with community of scholars and organizations that are also involved in university education and research. Currently, we are in a serious partnership with Vrije University Brussels, and also Leuven University, as well as GET. These universities are bringing on board carefully selected scholars to partner with our faculties. As an oasis of knowledge, Mr. Chairman, our Madam Presiding Chairman, as well as our Presiding Chancellor, and also our Chief Guest, we are committed to contributing towards Kenya's key economic development blueprint. And we seek to achieve this by embracing technological transfer, scientific research, innovation, and collaboration with the industry. Our students would continue to be our focal point. And for this graduating class, Mr. Chancellor, sir, we want to encourage them that they should continue with that intrinsic ability to read, to be vivid readers beyond just the university life. The university will also continue to mobilize resources from our key stakeholders in partnership with the people on board, as well as new partners that we are engaging. As we continue to do this, Mr. Chancellor, sir, we also take cognizance that we have got limited scope in terms of our capacity, in terms of resources, and through our chief guest who is here, we would just like to plead that our university should continue to receive support, especially to clear the ongoing projects which are about to be completed in a short while. Mr. Chancellor, sir, at this point, I want to conclude by saying this, that one, the university has produced these new graduates today that are going to be presented before the Chancellor, and our corporate social responsibility through the industry support, through the philanthropic organizations, we shall look forward to ensuring that you get to be part of this corporate social responsibility. And through the alumni that has been properly well established, we take note that we can work together even to create the biggest alumni center in this university. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I take note that today being a celebration, it is just important to encourage this our graduates today that as they continue now to commit themselves to greater knowledge of being the excellent alumni out there, that they should also contribute not only to the Kenyan agenda, but also the global agenda. We are proud of you indeed, and we are indeed happy that finally we can present you before the Chancellor. May God bless you as we present you before the Chancellor today. Of this graduating class, Mr. Chancellor, sir, we have got 46 PhDs that are graduating today. Of the 46, the first cohort coming from our Center of Excellence are also graduating today. Some of them have come from outside the country because the Center of Excellence embraces regional partnership. And this is going a long way to make Joost even a better place, a better home for academic nurture. And you saw even from the presentation of our students who are singing before us here, you'll be surprised, Mr. Chancellor, sir, and our chief guest, that both the trainers are one is a professor of mathematics, and the other one is also a lecturer of mathematics. So Joost is not only a place to nurture talents for our young scholars, but also to nurture talents of our academics. You can be in mathematics, but be the best musician that Kenya needs. You can be in mathematics, but be the best actor that Kenya needs. You can be in informatics, in health, in education, in business, in spatial planning, in engineering, but we still nurture talents there. So here is a place where we also nurture talents. May God bless you. May God give you wisdom. May God continue to hold your hand as you go into the world. Thank you so much. Mr. Chancellor, sir, and our chief guest, allow me at this point to invite the presiding chair of council, Madam Joyce Karinge, to address the congregation.
The representative of the cabinet of the CS, State Department for Education and Research, Mr. Frederick Dambuki, members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, Professor Stephen Agong, Vice Chancellors of sister universities, members of the University Senate and Management Board, distinguished guests, staff, graduates, parents, sponsors, and guardians, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I join the Vice Chancellor in warmly welcoming you to this occasion as we celebrate our 9th graduation ceremony. I recognize with appreciation the presence of all our visitors who have made time to be with us today, both physically and virtually. On behalf of the University Council, may I take this opportunity to congratulate the graduates for their perseverance and dedication that has enabled us to gather here today. I believe you have not walked alone to the great achievement you celebrate today. Allow me to also congratulate and recognize the efforts of those who have made this possible, especially your deans, heads of department, and faculty in your respective schools and the entire university. Ladies and gentlemen, it is also gratifying to see that the governance of organs of the university have worked together to facilitate the graduates to get to the finishing line undeterred by the prevailing global pandemic. I congratulate the Vice Chancellor, University Senate, UMB, the Council, and the Student Council for working together towards actualizing today's celebration. We appreciate the opportunity given to us by the ministry in transforming Joost to a world-renowned university. Ladies and gentlemen, the unprecedented global pandemic brought huge uncertainty and uphill to an already competitive higher education landscape. The COVID-19 pandemic necessitated a rapid transition to online teaching and learning, alternative forms of assessment, and cessation of active research in the field. Many of our staff have worked long hours and under intense pressure to find innovative solutions for our students under resource-constrained environments. The Council put deliberate efforts to mitigate the impact and the toll of the COVID-19 pandemic on training, teaching, research, and outreach activities. A great deal of work took place to plan new academic year to create a COVID-secure work and learning environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm aware that the university has accomplished a lot within a span of its existence. This would not have been possible were it not for the committed leadership of those charged with giving strategic direction to the university management. The Council has and will continue to work with the UMB and ensure that competent staff in all cadre, quality facilities, and financial resources are mobilized for the sustainable development of the university. I want to commend Joost researchers and innovators who responded with great agility to support COVID-19 endeavors. A significant number of research projects were registered. The university was formally awarded the USAID Boresha Jamii grant worth 7.4 billion that is running in 4 counties, Kisumu, Kakamega, Vihiga, and Nyamira. Similarly, the university signed a tripartite agreement with Vliras University to implement a program to strengthen capacity building, research, and outreach in 5 strategic areas, namely natural resource management, agriculture and food security, human health, ICT, and climate change mitigation and adaptation. This is a 10-year program with a project funding level of 6 billion. The university has been operating on a 5-year strategic plan that is reviewed every 5 years. The current 5-year plan came to an end in June of 2021. The Council has made great strides in formulation of the next strategic plan cycle that we believe will take Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology to the next level of academic excellence, continue playing a significant role in serving the society. The strategic plan 2021-2026 comes to the fore following the successful implementation of the previous plan 2016-2021. The university, guided by the Council, recast its strategic direction in a 5-year plan that has made elaborate considerations of the dynamic competitive market as well as contemporary emerging issues in its operative environment and global arena. To our chief guest, I wish to register the appreciation of the Council to the government, which has continued to give us financial and other support. I wish, however, to state here that the university needs the support of all stakeholders in order to accord more deserving Kenyans access to quality education. With the ongoing development of the new admin block here at the main campus, a research center in Miande, a tuition block in Achiego, we hope to increase infrastructure so that our students can be able to conduct research in conducive environment. I therefore appeal to our CS through our chief guest, who has been very supportive to us, to remain so when it comes to taking up our agenda with the Exchequer. In the same way, I call upon all our stakeholders to join us in resource mobilization for us to realize the university's dream of becoming a leading center of academic excellence globally. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fascinating period in the history of Joost, with much change and challenge, where obstacles have been approached as opportunities and where crises have given cause for reflection and growth. Council has and will continue being steadfast in carrying out its governance obligations, future-focused in its wisdom and guidance, and generous in accommodating the extraordinary demands often at short notice. I extend my gratitude to my fellow members of Council, chairpersons of Council committees, and task teams for the work they have done, and to all members of staff, students, and stakeholders for their commitment, hard work, and support, which have been critical to our achievements over the past year. Once again, I wish all the graduates a prosperous life in the future. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, our presiding chair, Madam Joyce Garinge. Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me at this point to recognize a few dignitaries. We have our Anglican Bishop, Professor Kodia is here with us. We have got several other dignitaries. We have got the former MP, Dr. and Mrs. Monda are here with us from Nyaribari Chache constituency. We have also Professor Siaga from the University of Nairobi, Professor Kipkemoi from Kaimosi Friends University College, representing the principal there. His Excellency the Governor Cornell is connected online. And we have also Honorable Simba Arati, the one I talked about earlier, plus many dignitaries that are here with us. If I have not mentioned your name, please just appreciate that we all welcome you here, and we feel blessed with your presence and feel at home. Joost is the home. At this point in time, allow me, Mr. Chancellor, sir, to kindly request our chief guest, who is none other than Mr. Frederick Ndambuki, to come and address our function. Can we put our hands together for our chief guest?
Thank you, VC, for the warm welcome. Before I can be able to read the speech from my CS in charge of Ministry of Education, I want to thank the Almighty God for having enabled us to witness this great occasion today on the 9th graduation ceremony of Jaramogi Oginga University of Science and Technology. I also want to appreciate the warm welcome I received since yesterday, the day of my arrival in this area, through the VC and the entire leadership and the management of the university. I feel at home. It's my first time to be in this university, and I do appreciate very much my coming around and also visiting this university during this great occasion. As you have been told, I'm here to represent the Cabinet Secretary in charge of Ministry of Education, Professor George Magoa, and also I'm here representing my Principal Secretary, Abasanta Simon Inabukwesi, who is in charge of the State Department for University Education and Research. And therefore, it's a great honor for me to stand before you as I take you through the speech from my CS. Speech by Professor George A. O. Magoa, CBS Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, on the occasion of the 9th graduation ceremony of Jaramogi Oginga University of Science and Technology, held on Friday, 22nd April 2022 at the University Graduation Square, main campus in Bondo. The presiding Chancellor of today's graduation ceremony, Dr. John Akagogo, the presiding chair of Jaramogi Oginga University of Science and Technology Council, Madam Joyce Karige, members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, Jaramogi Oginga University of Science and Technology, Professor Stephen Agong, the Vice Chancellors of sister universities present, members of the University Senate and the Management Board, staff, graduates, parents, and the guardians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I want to join the entire Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology fraternity in celebrating its 9th graduation ceremony. Congratulations to the graduates seated here today, and also those who are connected online. We are gathered here to celebrate years of hard work and the devotion as we reflect on your achievements and the prospect of your life and career. Ladies and gentlemen, this virtual graduation is evidence that the use of technology is no longer a substitute, but the new normal. I am glad that we have made great strides since the COVID-19 pandemic, which hit our country and the world over. Ladies and gentlemen, the quality of teaching, learning, and research are great determinants of the quality of personnel and expertise produced by local institutions. In this respect, universities must remain focused on the relevance of the courses offered. Universities must aim at specialization and deliberately invest in programs that will attract external funding rather than duplication of courses. As a ministry, we shall continue to support the university's education sector in ensuring that requisite quality and relevance are attained for the benefit of our economy. University education must therefore also meet the set standards and guidelines to guarantee global competitiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, there is a growing demand for the labor market for specialized and broad competencies required for a modern, globally competitive and knowledge-based economy. There is also a need for continued professional upgrading. Our universities, therefore, have a task to observe quality through review of the training curriculum that meets industry needs. This should be done through regular consultations. It is also imperative to implement practical components so as to address the knowledge and the skill gaps in the market in order to achieve the objectives of post-secondary training. Distinguished guests and gentlemen, universities should now more than ever streamline their academic programs and make use of available resources to mitigate funding gaps. And I want to emphasize on this element. I know as a ministry and as a government, we have over the years been supporting so much of our infrastructure development in our universities. But today we want to appeal to all our universities to be able to go beyond the national treasury funding and look for more partners and look for more resources out there to be able to support all the programs in our universities. But I want to be able to say equally that we'll continue to support this university to be able to complete the already mentioned and ongoing development projects that include the research center, which I'm told is at its finishing level, and it is ready for commissioning anytime soon. There is also the ongoing tuition block There is also the administration block, which is ongoing, and also the library. I want also to take this opportunity to really congratulate the management of this university, and more so the Vice Chancellor, who has been the pioneer of this great university. He started it from its humble beginnings as a constituency college. And today we are here to celebrate this university by calling it a center of excellence. That to me is not a mean achievement, it's something we can be able to really appreciate the good work of the Vice Chancellor and the community and everybody else who has been supportive in all the initiatives and making it possible for this university to grow to the current status. I know through the AC2 programs and the World Bank, you have also been able to receive a lot of support in research, which will go a long way in enhancing our Agenda 4, the Big Four agenda, which is a priority in our general development as a nation, and also in extension, the achievement of Vision 2030, where we want to be a middle-income nation, where we are having high levels of living. And as a ministry, as a government, we are attaching a lot of importance on the area of research, and particularly on science, technology, innovation in our programs. And we want to encourage all our universities to put a lot of effort in their programs, and also, as mentioned, to be able to streamline your programs to be able to meet the challenges of the current situation. That, to us, will be a great achievement. As we talk about the Big Four agenda and the realization of Vision 2030, we, as a government, we are very sure of one thing, that science and technology will be able to play a key role in enabling us reach on that level we desire in terms of development as a nation. And therefore, there is a lot of emphasis in the area of science, research, and technology. The government has set aside funds for research by the academic staff in universities to be disbursed by the National Research Fund. And I would like to encourage you to tap into these resources to support the government's Big Four agenda, the Vision 2030, and the Global Sustainable Development Goals. In terms of prudent use of funds, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology continues to be among the few that has managed to have up-to-date records of remitting statutory deductions without fail. I don't know how else I can be able to appreciate this. VC and the council and everybody else. We have been able to witness a lot of challenges on financial management in most of our universities. And when I read this statement from my cabinet secretary, I read it with a lot of honor and respect for this institution. And I want you to continue having the best prudent management of the resources you are likely to receive from the government and to another donor who will be coming around to support your programs. I would like to congratulate the university management and the council for this remarkable performance. I am also glad to note that Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, University of Science and Technology, is one of the universities that continues to increase its research portfolio. The importance of research in higher education is evident from the way universities are ranked globally. The university increased the number of grant applications. We saw it bag over 10 billion worth of research grants. This is indeed exemplary performance. And also in this area, VC and the council, I also want to encourage you to also partner with some of our SAGAs or semi-autonomous government agencies. I've seen NRF is supporting you. We also have Kenya within our ministry and our state department. We also have NACOST, who are very, very key on this area of research. And I would encourage you to reach out to those other two SAGAs or institutions in our state department so that they can be able to link you to more of other research organizations who can be of great help to you. We have continuously emphasized on research, innovation, and technology as the key drivers of development in the world today. Given the scarce resources allocated to the university for expansion purposes, it would be important for the university to engage with the private entities to attract investments for supplementing the government's efforts in the development of infrastructure. Technology transfer is paramount for the growth and development of communities and the country as a whole. The government's emphasis on the role of STEM is based on its focus on the economic transformation of the country. Universities need to provide the motivation necessary for such transformations. There is a growing demand for the labor market for an increased level of skills and competencies required for a modern, globally competitive, and knowledge-based economy, and the need for continual professional upgrading. Universities need to produce graduates who are grounded enough to be fully functional in an ever-changing work environment. Universities have a task to observe the quality through review of curriculum that meets industry needs on the basis of regular stakeholder consultation and to implement practical components in addressing the knowledge and the skill gaps in the job market. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to emphasize on the need for universities to tailor their courses in line with the government's Big Four agenda.
In the spirit of Kenyaanness, we have come together to help our brothers and sisters affected by drought. Join us by dialing *126# to donate bonga points, cash, or food and lift one another in oneness. Pamoja tuungane.
Grab Ushindi dishwashing paste or liquid today and enjoy effortless, mirror-like, clean and shine that's gentle on your skin. Available in lemon and orange. Ushindi, shine the brightest.
VC, and he has been able to mention to me his desire and vision for this university. He has also been able to confide to me on some of the challenges he's facing in the management of the university. And we have agreed together that these are issues the ministry will be able to look into and see that we get a solution to some of the management challenges the university is facing. And therefore, I've assured him that I'll be able to brief the Cabinet Secretary on the said challenges, and I'm sure he will be able to offer the most needed solutions into those challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate all the graduates for this well-deserved achievement of their graduation. And more so, I want to be able to appreciate the university, the parents, all the guardians, and everyone, including the teaching staff and the non-teaching staff, who did offer the best enabling environment for these graduates who are going to be graduating today, and that made it possible for them to be able to go through their programs successfully, and today they will be receiving their certificates, their diploma, their degrees, and their PhDs. I congratulate you all, and may I wish you all the best, you as graduates, in your future endeavors, and may God guide you. And I said, kindly be our good ambassadors out there, and be a shining example, be light to all the people you'll be interacting with. The VC did mention something which is quite relevant in the Bible, and I also challenge you that you are a star. You are a shining star. May you shine to all of you who will be interacting with you, whom you'll be working with, wherever you find yourself in. And for those foreign students who will be going back to their respective countries, kindly be our good ambassadors also out there. Let all those whom we will be interacting with be able to achieve and appreciate that you are indeed a graduate from this university, and they'll be able to emulate and learn from you and also benefit from you. May God bless you. I wish you well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, our chief guest, Mr. Ndambuki, for that very well articulated message to our graduates. And may God shine upon you as you go. Shine upon you. At this point, Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me to invite yourself that you come now, Chancellor, sir, to address the congregation, the graduates, and the guests who are assembled here, so that they may receive the blessings from our Chancellor. Can we put our hands together for our Chancellor?
Yeah, thank you, Vice Chancellor. Representative of the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Mr. Frederick Ndambuki, Presiding Chairman of Council, Presiding Chairperson of Council, Madam Joyce Karinge, members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, Professor Stephen Agong, Vice Chancellors from sister universities, the University Management Board, members of the University Senate, staff, graduates, parents and guardians, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great privilege and honor to preside over this ceremony by welcoming you all to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology's 9th graduation ceremony. Let me congratulate today's graduates for your success. We are gathered here in this joyous occasion to celebrate your hard work, dedication, and commitment that has culminated in today's celebration. It has been a difficult and an uncertain time for everyone, but I would like to commend the graduates for the adaptability and creativity you have shown in completing your studies. Congratulations to your families, guardians, faculty, and staff who contributed to your success. It has no doubt taken great vision and dedication to pursue a successful end goal towards attainment of your achievement today. I thank the University Council for presiding an oversight role which continues to shape the university's growth process, not forgetting the university management under the leadership of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Agong, for the tremendous role they continue playing in producing skilled capital into the economy. And I'm sure we do have the council members here. They can stand and wave. Council members. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, dear graduates, the university was created to have a transformational impact on our region, economy, people, and our community. Today, we have made the best use of technology to ensure the unsurpassed delivery and the experience of blended learning to deliver this virtual graduation. I think we can be proud of the impact that we have had. As graduates, you will play a vital role in supporting this mission across our region and beyond. So don't see yourself just as a graduate of a Kenyan university. You are a global citizen, and your impact needs to move beyond Kenya, Africa, and even globally. I would like to leave you with some simple guiding principles as you move into the future. The first one is to be resilient. The most successful people are those of the most resilient, the ones that quickly bounce back after a crashing blow or minor setback. You are entering the world today in one of the worst economic conditions, so you will need to be resilient. And the best way to do this is to have a clear set of goals and not to lose sight of them. Remember that failures and mistakes are part of life and use them as learning experience. Stay grounded in your values and be flexible. The most successful entrepreneurs failed many times before they found what was successful. And finally, never ever compromise your integrity. Your reputation is everything, and without it, you are nothing. Be known for being honest, fair, and consistent in all that you do. There is nothing more powerful in business than trust. It unlocks doors and is by far the most important element to anyone's success. With trust comes respect, and how you earn respect is by doing what is right, regardless of personal risk. So never take any ethical risks. Let your integrity be your guiding star. By now you know the difference between right and wrong, so you must always strive to do what is right. One of the most important things you learn at the university is promoting change while aiming for excellence and distinction. Apply this principle throughout your lives. Use the knowledge and expertise you have acquired not only for your private benefit, but also for the benefit of society at large to advance the general public good. And this should be beyond our boundaries. As you begin a new chapter of your life, please go forward with confidence, knowing that all of us across the university support you and wish you every success for the future. The university gates will always be open to you, whether you are looking for career advice or thinking about another course to enhance your skills. And it has been adequately articulated here that for those graduating with your master's degrees, you are welcome to come and undertake your doctoral studies at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Likewise, for those ones graduating with bachelor's, diplomas or certificates, you are welcome to come and advance your career with us at the university. We do provide high quality training. Ladies and gentlemen, while a graduation ceremony is an occasion to make merry at one's achievement, it is an opportune time for reflection. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology was granted its charter on 13th February 2013 with the mandate to serve as a national resource for the creation and preservation of knowledge and to produce human resource for the market in the country and beyond. This graduation today attests to our ability to fulfill this mandate. In this regard, I wish to thank all members of staff for remaining dedicated and focused. I thank all our partners, the local and international organizations that have shown interest in working with us. I cannot forget the local leadership and community with whom we have forged a formidable partnership for our mutual good. Their steadfast support to the university has been our strongest pillar of strength. Therefore, I really pass very special thanks to the members of the community, to the leaders, to the county government. They have been a very strong support for the university, and we are very thankful. The university is in the process of developing and improving infrastructure and modern teaching and research facilities, thereby creating a conducive environment for scholars. These capital projects, once complete, will open up research opportunities within the Lake Victoria Basin and set the university as a global center of excellence in teaching, research, and outreach, as well as being a leader in university education. Finally, dear graduates, there is more to achieving a degree than a degree itself. You have expanded your horizons, reached a new-founded appreciation of community and humanity. You have a sense of common purpose, and not least by gains in your confidence and abilities. You have also made the kinds of friendship that will last a lifetime. It is indeed an invaluable gift. So even as I make that remark, continue remaining a friend of Joost, even as you pursue your endeavors as a graduate of the university. Once again, let me congratulate each and every one of you on this occasion of your graduation. And as you leave this institution, please bask in the importance of your achievement. It is a significant achievement. As a new member of our growing alumni community, you will always be part of the Joost family. Thank you and God bless you all. Hongera. Asanteni.
Thank you so much, our Chancellor. Dear graduates, we should give a very big clap to our Chancellor. At this point, we want to get into the academic ritual where we'll be presenting our graduates to the various presentations done by the deans and faculty. Allow me at this point to recognize the CEO, NRF, National Research Fund, and I'm happy our chief guest also alluded to that fact that as a university we should be quite close to NRF for funding of our projects. Our chief guest, we have put up a lab, one of the best labs in this country, which we hope will be launched in a short while by our cabinet secretary, funded directly by NRF. So we are really grateful that we are in partnership like you did mention. We have also been identified by Kenya for the movement from research, development, and commercialization. So they have already extended some support, and they have been with us here twice, just to identify some of the patents and innovations that we have to support our university. So thank you so much, and with your support, we are sure we can even get to a level higher. At this point, I want to invite our DVC in charge of academic affairs to lead us into the next academic ritual.
Chancellor, sir, may I call upon the deans of the following schools, in the order in which I will call them, to present the candidates for the conferment of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Dean School of Agricultural and Food Sciences, Dean School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics and Actuarial Sciences, Dean School of Informatics and Innovative Systems, Dean School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management, Dean School of Health Sciences, Dean School of Business and Economics, Dean School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences. The instructions are that once the PhD candidate's name is mentioned, please walk forward and line up in front of the dais, and the supervisors who are present will escort you and line up behind the PhD candidates. Upon completion of mentioning of all the names, then the Chancellor will be able to make the pronouncement for the conferment of the respective PhD degrees, after which we'll then be able to have the Chancellor capping you with the academic regalia. Thank you very much. Deans, you can start off.
Agricultural and Food Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Food Security, Magara Henle Juma Otieno.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 8 candidates satisfied the School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics, and Actuarial Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Pure Mathematics, Nyaluke Wesley Kiprono. Okwan Isaac Odhiambo. Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Mathematics, Nyangacha Justus Kaiser. Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Statistics, Ojunga Samson Okoth, Otulo Wandera Cerilas, Bakar Daniel Kite, Onyango O. Ronald. Doctor of Philosophy in Entomology, Oloch Alfred Ochieng.
Mr. Chancellor, sir. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 4 candidates satisfied the School of
Le programme pour l'Afrique au National Endowment for Democracy, NED. Et avec moi ici en studio, Timothée Donangmai. Timothée, vous êtes le chef du service francophone de la Voix de l'Amérique. Donc merci à tous d'être avec nous. Alors Valérie, 1 an après la mort d'Idriss Déby, le Tchad montre-t-il les signes d'un changement ou sommes-nous un peu toujours dans le même système?
Moi, je pense que rien de significatif n'avait changé depuis que le jeune général Déby avait pris le pouvoir.
Nyamweno Isaac Mambo. Guzale George Kavulavu.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-21 academic year, the following 7 candidates satisfied the School of Health Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present Museve Judith Lipopai, Oloch Felix Frank, Ondimu Thomas Orindi, Ngonga Gabriel Otieno, Machani Maxwell Gesuje, Adele Walter Ottoman, Siaga Edwina Atieno.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 5 candidates satisfied the School of Business and Economics Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, Agong David Owor. Doctor of Philosophy in Finance, Ajigo Tom Abonyo, Araka Helen. Doctor of Philosophy in Human Resource Management, Otieno Jared Otieno. Doctor of Philosophy in Strategic Management, Onyango James Ochieng.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 17 candidates satisfied the School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Doctor of Philosophy in Early Childhood Development and Education, Ondieki Lydia Gisare. Gichana Elkana Mochache. Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Administration and Management, Andedo Jennifer Apondi. Mito Evelyn Atieno. Oyola Ezron Baki. Otele Eugene Pancras Wesonga. Kagutu Joseph Otieno. Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology, Ooko Pamela Atieno. Umija Millicent Awino. Owino Joshua. Doctor of Philosophy in Literature, Ombati Martha. Odein Jacob Onduru. Doctor of Philosophy in Pedagogy, Obondo Millicent Adhiambo. Omfuoko Jason Asanga. Doctor of Philosophy in Planning and Economics of Education, Agunda Josephine Adhiambo. Malala Gertrude. Doctor of Philosophy in History, Osuga Elekia Ouma.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and do all that appertains to this degree.
Now that the pronouncement has been made, the candidates will come forward one by one in the order that they have been presented for purposes of placing the cap or the matterboard on your head and then issuing the certificate. Mr. Chancellor, sir, the first candidate who was called, Magara Henley Juma Otieno, is not present, and therefore the request is that he graduates in absentia. After that, we have Nyaluke Wesley Kiprono. Kindly walk forward followed by Okwanyi Isaac Odhiambo. Thank you very much. Okwanyi Isaac Odhiambo. Thank you very much. Nyangacha Justus Kaisa. Thank you very much. Ojunga Samson Okoth. Thank you very much. Otulo Wandera Srilas. And please, when you are coming forward, have a smile. It's a happy moment for you. Don't be too rigid. Thank you very much. Baka Daniel Kiche. Thank you very much. Onyango O. Ronald. Thank you very much. Oluoch Alfred Ochieng. Thank you very much. Wakoli Leonard Wafula. Thank you very much. Nyangaresi Vincent Omolo. Thank you very much. Agong Lois Achieng. Thank you very much. Rambim Dorothy Apondi. Thank you very much. Konyango Charles Otieno. Great, thank you very much. Magego Jared Linus. Thank you very much. Nyamweno Isaac Mambo. I don't know if it's finally or at long last or eventually. Thank you very much. Ngusale George Kavulavu. Equally, I don't know which one you'll choose, whether it's at long last or eventually. Excellent, thank you. Okay. Museve Judith Lipopai. Very good. Thank you very much. Oluoch Felix Frank. Very good, thank you. Ondimu Thomas Orindi. Thank you very much. Ongonga Gabriel Otieno. Excellent, thank you very much. Machani Maxwell Gesuge. Thank you very much. Adel Walter Ottoman. Thank you very much, Adel. So inawezekana. Thank you very much. Siaga Edwina Atieno. I don't know if it's at long last or eventually, but finally it's here. Thank you very much. Good work. Agong David Owur. Thank you very much. Ajigo Tom Abonyo. Thank you very much. Araka Helen. Thank you very much. Otieno Jared Otieno. Excellent. Thank you very much. Onyango James Ochieng. Excellent. Ondieki Lydia Gesare. Thank you. Thank you very much. Gichana Elkana Mochache. Thank you very much. Andedo Jennifer Apondi. Thank you very much. Mito Evelyn Atieno. Thank you very much. Oyola Hezron Bakay. Excellent. Thank you very much. Otele Eugene Pancras Wesonga. Thank you very much. Kagutu Joseph Otieno. Thank you. Oko Pamela Atieno. Thank you very much. Umija Millicent Awino. Very good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Owino Joshua. Very good. Thank you very much. Ombati Martha. Thank you very much. Odeni Jacob Onduru. Thank you very much. Obondo Millicent Odhiambo. Thank you. Excellent. Omufoko Jason Asanga. Thank you very much. Okay. Agunda Josephine Adhiambo. Thank you very much. Malala Gertrude. Excellent, thank you very much. Osuga Elekia Ouma. Excellent, thank you very much. Mr. Chancellor, sir, and the chief guests and members of council, I request you to come down and take a common picture with our PhD candidates, our PhD graduates. I will request Peter and Binaisha organize the graduates to be able to take this common picture. Okay. Okay, I'm told that you're standing, you're already arranged for the picture.
Hello.
We need to move with speed now. We'll make it.
Hello.
Sure. Umbali tumetoka na mahali tumefika, ndiyo maana ninatambua kwamba wewe ni Ebeneza, sio kwa uwezo wangu ila ni kwa uwezo wako. Mahali nimefika Baba, wacha nikushukuru. Bwana umenisaidia nifike mahali nimefika, maana wewe ni Ebeneza maishani mwangu. Minataka Ebeneza uwe msingi wangu, jiwe langu la pembeni la kutamani sana. Oh, Ebeneza jiwe langu, oh, Ebeneza jiwe langu. Minataka maisha yangu yajengwe juu yako, minataka ndoa yangu ijengwe juu yako Baba. Ndoa zilizojengwa juu yako Yawe hazivunjiki kamwe. Nyumba zilizojengwa juu yako Yawe hazivunjiki kamwe. Minataka uimbaji wangu Baba ujengwe juu yako.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor, sir, and our chief guests. And thank you very much for the supervisors for the work you have done. And thank you very much our PhD graduates. Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I call upon the deans of the following schools in the order in which I will call them to present the candidates for the conferment of master's and bachelor's degrees and award of diplomas and certificate of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Dean School of Agriculture and Food Sciences, Dean School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics and Actuarial Science, Dean School of Informatics and Innovative Systems, Dean School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management, Dean School of Health Sciences, Dean School of Business and Economics, Dean School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, Dean School of Engineering and Technology.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 11 candidates satisfied the School of Agricultural and Food Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the respective master's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Science in Food Security and Sustainable Agriculture. Page 36. Aboge, Chanda, Kapale, Msangi, Mutuku, Mwale, Ngonga, Ojala, Otieno. Master of Science in Agricultural Extension, page 38, Okwama and Omemo. So, Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 212 candidates satisfied the School of Agricultural and Food Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the respective degrees, bachelor's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness Management, first class honors, Murioki Dalphin Mwendwa. Second class honors, upper division, serial numbers 2 to 19 on page 43, serial numbers 20 to 32 on page 44, serial second class honors lower division, serial numbers 33 to page 48 on page 44, and serial numbers 49 to 58 and on page 55. Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Extension Education, first class honors, Odhiambo Kelvin Otieno, Osodo Wycliffe Omondi. Second class honors, upper division, serial numbers 3 to 16 on page 45, serial numbers 17 to 47 on page 46, serial numbers 48 to 67 on page 47, second class honors lower division, serial numbers 68 page to 76 on page 47, serial numbers 77 to 107 on page 48, and serial numbers 108 to 126 on page 49. Pass, serial number 1 on page 49. Bachelor of Science in Animal Science, second class honors upper division, serial numbers 1 to 3 on page 49. Second class honors lower division, serial numbers 4 to 6 on page 49, 7 to 8 on page 50. Bachelor of Science in Food Security, Second class honors, upper division, serious numbers 1 to 3 on page 50. Second class honors, lower division, serious numbers 4 to 6 on page 50. Bachelor of Science in Horticulture, second class honors, upper division, serious numbers 1 to 8 on page 50. Second class honors, lower division, serious numbers 9 to 10 on page 50. Bachelor of Science in Soil Science, second class honors, upper division, serious numbers on 1 to 2 on page 50, and serious number 3 on page 51. Graduates can resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 3 candidates satisfied the School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics, and Actuarial Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective master's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Science in Applied Mathematics, Odhiambo. Master of Science in Applied Statistics, Opondo. Master of Science in Physics, Atego. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 104 candidates satisfied the School of Biological, Physical, Mathematics, and Actuarial Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science, Biological Sciences. First class honors, Mutisia Cornelius Macau. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 2 to 10, page 51. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 11 to 18 on page 51, serial number 19 to 25 on page 52. Pass, serial number 26 to 28 on page 52. Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Sciences with IT. First class honors, Musa Lydia Mwikali, Wesonga Timothy Odhiambo. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 3 to 15 on page 52. Serial number 16 to 33 on page 53. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 34 to 44 on page 53. Serial number 45 to 72 on page 54. Pass, serial number 73 to 74 on page 54, and serial number 75 to 76 on page 55. Kindly resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 49 candidates satisfied the School of Engineering and Technology Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science in Construction Management. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to 21 on page 55. Serial number 22 to 26 on page 56. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 27 to 42 on page 56. Bachelor of Science in Renewable Energy Technology and Management, second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to 3 on page 56. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 4 to 7 on page 57. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 2 candidates satisfied the School of Engineering and Technology Board of Examiners and the Senate for the award of the Diploma of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the pleasure to present. Diploma in Building and Civil Engineering, pass, serial number 1 and 2 on page 112. Kindly resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 1 candidate satisfied the School of Informatics and Innovative Systems Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of master's degree of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present Master of Science in Information Systems, Amolo. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 128 candidates satisfied the School of Informatics and Innovative Systems Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science in Business Information Systems, 2nd class honors, upper division, from serial number 1 to serial number 4 on page 57. 2nd class honors, lower division, from serial number 5 to serial number 7 on page 57. Bachelor of Science in Information Communication Technology, 1st class honors, Ochieng Seth Odwar. 2nd class honors, upper division, from serial number 2 to number 5 on page 57, and serial number 6 to serial number 17 on page 58. 2nd class honors, lower division, from serial number 18 to 32 on page 58, and serial number 33 to 53 on page 59. Bachelor of Science in Computer Security and Forensics, 2nd class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 7 on page 59, and serial number 8 to serial number 27 on page 60. 2nd class honors, lower division, from serial number 28 to serial number 35 on page 60, and serial number 36 to 65 on page 61. A pass, serial number 66 to 68 on page 61. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 2 candidates satisfied the School of Informatics and Innovative Systems Board of Examiners and the Senate for the award of the respective diplomas of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the pleasure to present. Diploma in Linux Engineering and Information Technology Applications, credit, from serial number 1 to serial number 2 on page 112. Kindly resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 1 candidate satisfied the School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of master's degree of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Science in Urban Environmental Planning and Management, Okoyo Amos Mogire. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 37 candidates satisfied the School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science in Water Resources and Environmental Management. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 4, page 62. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 5 to serial number 15, page 62. Bachelor of Spatial Planning. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 and serial number 2, page 62. Serial number 3 to serial number 17, page 63. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 18 to serial number 22, page 63. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following one candidate satisfied the School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management Board of Examiners and the Senate for the award of Diploma of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the pleasure to present. Diploma in Disaster Management, PASS, serial number 1, page 112. Kindly resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 29 candidates satisfied the School of Health Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective master's degree of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Public Health, Agola, Aulo, Ayoma, Biwot, Kimutai, Midem, Misoori, Muranda, Mutanyi, Nyamasi, Nyambati, Odie, Okoth, Okumu, Orende, Orenda, Otieno, Owocha, Sagwe, Ondiek. Master of Science in Epidemiology and Biostatistics. Amoka, Arena, Majanga, Obuya, Oguta, Ogutu, Omodi, Opeo, Opuba. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 227 candidates satisfied the School of Health Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of respective bachelor's degree of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Science in Public Health, first class honors, Odero Judea Atieno. Oyo Juliet Achieng, page 64. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 3 to serial number 30, page 64. Serial number 31 to serial number 61, page 65. Serial number 62 to serial 96, page 66. Second class honors, lower division. Serial number 97 to serial number 99, page 66. Serial number 100 to serial number 130, page 67. Serial number 131 to serial 137, page 68. Bachelor of Science in Community Health and Development. Second class honors upper division, serial 1 to serial number 22, page 68. Serial number 23 to serial number 53, page 69. Serial number 54 to serial number 68, page 70. Second class honors lower division, serial number 69 to serial number 85, page 70. Serial number 82 to serial number 89, page 71, pass. Serial number 90, page 71. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 184 candidates satisfy the School of Health Sciences Board of Examiners and the Senate for the award of diplomas and certificates of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the pleasure to present. Diploma in Community Health and Development, distinction, serial 1 to serial 2, page 21. Credit, serial number 3 to serial number 21, page 113. Serial 22 to serial number 52, page 114. Serial number 53 to serial number 83, page 115. Serial number 84 to serial number 114, page 116. Serial number 115 to serial number 126, page 117. Pass. Serial 127 to serial number 135. Certificate in Community Health and Development, pass, serial 1 to serial number 21, page 121. Serial number 22 to serial number 49, page 122. Resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 6 candidates satisfied the School of Business and Economics Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective master degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Business Administration, Strategic Management option, Arati Simba. Kwamini Ogoda. Master of Business Administration Finance option, Odero Onwonga Ongoro. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 434 candidates satisfied the School of Business and Economics Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of respective bachelor degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Logistics and Supply Chain Management, second class honors upper division, serial number 1 to 15 on page 71. Serial number 16 to 46 on page 72. Serial number 19 posthumous. Serial number 47 to 77 on page 73. Serial number 78 to 93 on page 74. Second class honors lower division. Serial number 94 to serial number 107 on page 74. Serial number 108 to 138 on page 75. Serial number 139 to 169 on page 76. Serial number 170 to 174 on page 77. Bachelor of Business Administration with IT, Supply Chain Management option, second class honors upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 21 on page 77. Second class honors lower division, serial number 22 on page 77. Serial number 23 to serial number 36 on page 78. Bachelor of Business Administration with IT Finance option, second class honors upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 13 on page 78, serial number 14 to 28 on page 79. Second class honors lower division, serial number 29 to serial number 43 on page 79, serial number 44 to serial number 67 on page 80. Bachelor of Business Administration with IT accounting option, serial number 1 to 3 on page 80, serial number 4 to 34 on page 81, serial number 35 to 52 on page 82. Second class honors lower division, serial number 53 to 64 on page 82, serial number 65 to 82 on page 83. Bachelor of Business Administration with IT marketing option, second class honors upper division, serial number 1 on page 83. Second class honors lower division, serial number 2 on page 83. Bachelor of Business Administration with IT human resource management option, second class honors upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 3 on page 83. Second class honors lower division, serial number 4 on page 83, serial number 5 on page 84. Bachelor of International Tourism Management, second class honors upper division, serial number 1 to 27 on page 84. Second class honors lower division, serial number 28 to 57 on page 85, serial number 58 to 66 on page 86, pass, serial number 67 on page 86. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 24 candidates satisfied the School of Business and Economics Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective diplomas and certificate of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the pleasure to present. Diploma in Business Administration, distinction, serial number 1 to 2 on page 117. Credit, serial number 3 to 5 on page 117. Serial number 6 to 17 on page 118. Pass, serial number 18 on page 118. Diploma in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, credit, serial number 1 on page 118. Certificate of Business Administration, pass, serial number 1 to 5 on page 123. Kindly resume your seat.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 17 candidates satisfied the School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, Board of Examiners and the Senate for the conferment of the respective master's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Master of Education in Educational Administration and Management, Adongo, Mudanyi, Owiti. Master of Education in Educational Psychology, Owuor. Master of Education in Planning and Economics of Education, Ogero. Master of Arts in Geography, Chuea, Ochieng, Oduor, Wanyama. Master of Arts in History, Handira, Moindi. Master of Arts in Linguistics, Omoyo. Master of Arts in Literature, Omondi. Master of Arts in Religion, Nyangoya, Ondieki, Ondo. Master of Arts in Kiswahili, Mugesani. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 768 candidates satisfied the School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degrees of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the honor to present. Bachelor of Education Arts with IT, First Class Honors, Ago Felix Chepchieng. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 14 on page 86. Serial number 15 to serial number 45 on page 87. Serial number 46 to serial number 76 on page 88. Serial number 77 to serial number 107 on page 89. Serial number 108 to serial number 138 on page 90. Serial number 139 to serial number 163 on page 91. Second class honors, lower division. Serial number 164 to serial number 167 on page 91. Serial number 168 to serial number 198 on page 92. Serial number 199 to serial number 229 on page 93. Serial number 230 to serial number 260 on page 94. Serial number 261 to serial number 291 on page 95. Serial number 292 to serial number 322 on page 96. Serial number 323 to serial number 353 on page 97. Serial number 354 to serial number 392 on page 98. Bachelor of Education Science with IT, first class honors, Cherono Masi. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 2 to serial number 27 on page 99. Serial number 28 to serial number 58 on page 100. Serial number 59 to serial number 84 on page 101. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 85 to serial number 87, page 101. Serial number 88 to serial number 118 on page 102. Serial number 119 to serial number 149 on page 103. Serial number 150 to serial number 180 on page 104. Serial number 181 to serial number 211 on page 105. Serial number 212 to serial number 242 on page 106. Serial number 243 to serial number 273 on page 107. Serial number 274 to serial number 300 on page 108. Bachelor of Education, Special Needs Education with IT. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 23 on page 108. Serial number 24 to serial number 30 on page 109. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 31 to serial number 60 on page 109. Pass, serial number 61 on page 110. Bachelor of Arts in International Relations and Diplomacy with IT. Second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to serial number 4 on page 111. Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 70 candidates satisfied the School of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, Board of Examiners, and the Senate for the award of the respective diplomas and certificates of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, for which I have the pleasure to present. Diploma in Special Needs Education, distinction, serial number 1 to serial number 4 on page 118. Credit, serial number 5 to serial number 34 on page 119. Serial number 35 to serial number 63 on page 120. Diploma in County Governance. Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 2 on page 20. Certificate in County Governance. Pass, serial number 1 to serial number 5 on page 123. Candidates, kindly resume your seats.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I now call upon all the candidates whose names have been called for the conferment of respective master's degrees to stand up for the conferment of that degree by the Chancellor.
I admit the I admit the persons named to the respective degrees for which they have been educated, trained, examined, and qualified, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and do all that appertains to this degree.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I call upon all the candidates whose names have been called for the conferment of the respective bachelor's degrees, those who are present here and those who are in virtual space. For the sake of honoring that conferment, stand up for the conferment of the degree by the Chancellor.
I admit the persons named to the respective degrees for which they have been educated, trained, examined, and qualified, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and do all that appertains to this degree.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor, sir. May I call upon the candidates whose names have been called for the award of the diploma and certificate to rise up wherever they are, both physically here and in the virtual space, for the award of that diploma or certificate.
Yeah, acting on the powers conferred by the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology Charter of 2013, the statutes 47 and 50, 2013, and knowing that you have satisfied the School Board of Examiners and the University Senate in all the subjects in which you are enrolled, trained, and examined, it gives me great pleasure to award you the respective diplomas and certificates of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor, sir, and our chief guests. We are coming to the tail end of our ceremony. I would request the Vice Chancellor to make his announcements and dissolve this congregation.
To our chief guest and our Chancellor, We are now coming gradually to the end of this celebration. Indeed, it is a wonderful moment and a wonderful feeling for our graduates, the fresh graduates in the market as we talk now. May God be a blessing to you all as you proceed to join hands with other Kenyans in doing what it takes to make Kenya a better place. As we celebrate, we are also having some news that our former president, His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, has slept, and we should pray with the family at this time of mourning for our former president. It is dear to me because he is the one who chartered this university in 2013. And on that day, it was a wonderful feeling to have him here as our Chancellor. And then, of course, we are given the first Chancellor, Professor Le Carre, who also has since left us and is resting in peace. Dear fresh graduates and fellow scholars now, you know, you have become scholars. It's a wonderful feeling for me as I stand before you here to make some announcements. One, for the PhDs, all of you have received your certificates here, except those who are doing it virtually might not have received, but they will receive by Monday upon return of your gowns. For the other graduates, the masters, the undergraduates, the degree graduates at bachelor's level, the diplomas, the certificate graduates, our instruction is that because of avoiding congestion of any kind, yes, as we continue to manage COVID
kwa hakika hivi sasa ndio tunatamatisha shughuli hii ya kuhitimu ama shughuli ya mahafali kutoka Chuo Kikuu cha Sayansi na Teknolojia cha Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Ilikuwa ni awamu ya 9 ya wanafunzi kuhitimu, na kama tulivyokuwa pamoja kuanzia mwendo ule wa saa 1, saa 3 hadi hivi sasa, na shughuli hii imeenda barabara kabisa, huku zaidi ya wanafunzi 200 walishiriki katika kuhitimu kwa mafunzo tofauti, ikiwemo kulima, sayansi na teknolojia, ubunifu, uhandisi na somo lile la sosiolojia. Kumbuka chuo hiki cha Jaramogi Oginga Odinga kilianzishwa miaka 9 iliyopita, na shughuli hii ya leo imekutanisha viongozi kutoka Wizara ya Elimu hapa nchini Kenya, viongozi wa chuo na viongozi wa ile taasisi ya vyuo vikuu hapa nchini Kenya. Kwa hivyo sisi kutoka hapa Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Bondo katika kaunti ya Siaya ndio hivi sasa tunakamilisha shughuli hii. Mimi naitwa Ahmed Bahaj, kwa niaba ya wale wote waliofanikisha matangazo haya, watu wa kamera, watu wa mitambo na wanafunzi waliofika hapa na wazazi pamoja na watazamaji wetu wa KTN Home, tunapenda kukushukuru sana, na hivi sasa tunarejesha kwako studio.
Twashukuru Mungu. Tutaimba wimbo wa taifa kama tumesimama, halafu tukimaliza wimbo wa taifa tutasubiri tu kama tumesimama mpaka msafara wa Chancellor utoke kutoka kwa jukwaa hili wakiongozwa na yule ambaye anambeba Messi. Wimbo wa taifa tafadhali. Bedi wimbo tukiuangalia msafara wa Chancellor ukitoka jukwaani. Na tukae kama tumesimama tu. Sure.